Pleasure is not evil by itself. God provides everything for our enjoyment, Scripture will teach us. But however, there is a cost of living for pleasure that is just too high. When you live for pleasure, the cost of it is just too high. I want you to listen to chapter 7, verse 2. It is better to go to a house of mourning than to go to a house of feasting. For death is the destiny of every man. The living should take this to heart. Boy, now, isn't that a crazy verse to read about pleasure? But death reminds us that life is really, really short. Parties are not what we were created for. When we spend our lives trying to party from one party to another, we are throwing our life away. Pleasure is, as it's meant to be, that cost of living for pleasure, it's just too high because it leads to a slavery. You have to return and you seek more and more of the same pleasure. It's called the law of diminishing returns. In other words, your first experience, you get the best returns, but the next time you return to that pleasure, it probably won't be the same, and it's diminishing in its pleasurability, if you will. It's diminishing in its effect on you more and more and more. And you become a slave, trying to give more time, trying to give more money, trying to give more energy and effort to what brought you pleasure. The cost of living for pleasure is too high because it causes conflict with other people. Hedonists, those who seek after hedonism, only seek after pleasure, they think only of themselves, and they're very selfish. And I dare you to get in their way of their pursuit of pleasure. What will happen? You will get run over. You will get trampled on. And lastly, in this, about the cost of pursuing pleasure, it hurts your relationship with God. At some point, you'll have to decide between what feels good and obeying God. And I want to tell you, obeying God always feels better in the long run. Always.